Hey there, Internet. nerdlocker.com here with video game news. And as you know, E3 is this week, so we're going to give you a bunch of highlights from the keynotes that the big three, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, gave to us. All right, so first up is Sony, and I'm pretty sure this is something that only Steven would find entertaining. I don't really know why, but Sly Cooper 4 was announced, and obviously you have had too much Red Bull. What do you think, buddy?
Ooh! Oh, Sly 4.
That's a nerdgasm, just so we know.
I love Sly Cooper. I love the series. From the first one came out, I was so excited when it came out. I love the gameplay, I love the storyline, I love the style.
Now, what's it about?
The original was about a raccoon who's a master thief, and he only steals from other thieves because it's not honorable to steal from normal people because it's not challenged.
It's like a mashup of Dexter and Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer?
Swiper no swiping.
True, I can see it. But anyways, and I don't really know what the fourth one was about because they hadn't really given information. They've been leaking things about it, like the Sly Cooper HD collection for the PS3 had, like, if you beat all of them, it kind of gave like a little hint there was a new one coming out, but not really confirming anything. And then this one, it actually started out by showing kind of an outline of Dimitri, which was from the first games, and so it's going to have a tie back to that one, which no surprise since the fourth one, but I'm just so excited.
I could see it in your face. You're ready to go.
Oh, they're one of my favorite games of all time. I love the characters in them. I love the gameplay styling they do. And so I'm just, yes.
So another game I'm pretty sure you're stoked for, there was God of War news.
It is pretty cool because they're taking the PSP ones and they're entering them into the remastered program that they did with the whole taking PSP games, putting them on the PS3. And it's going to be in a collection with both the first and the second PSP ones are both going to be on one disc. So it'll be nice for any God of War fans.
So you can sort of just play through the first one and then just play through the second one. Like,
yeah, just right up. Yeah.
I like it. Cool stuff. I'm not a huge Sony fan, but this is obviously like really, really good, sort of content for them to be putting out in terms of redoing stuff. Because a lot of companies don't really do it that well, I would say.
Especially with PSP not getting as good of sales as they wanted.
True.
These games finally get a chance for the viewers to be able to play them.
But speaking of PSP, the PSP Vita
yeah,
has been announced, and like there's more news about it.
The PlayStation Vita was announced. It's pretty much what we thought it would be, where it was just like the little bit bigger, touch screen on the front and back. But the really cool stuff about it is it's super high definition. Like, it's got beautiful quality. They were showing a preview of Uncharted on it, and it was being compared to the PS3 version of it as being that good looking. A little concerned about if that powerful the battery life it might be, because I mean the original PSP didn't have that great a battery life because of how powerful it was, and it took until a couple models in. But it's looking good, and the best part about it is the price point.
What is the price point on it?
It's $250 for if you're only getting the one that does Wi-Fi, but if you also want 3G, you can get a contract with AT&T, which is hilarious because everybody booed when they announced that. But that one's going to be $300, which the big thing people were worried about was how much is it going to be. Because the reason PSP did so horribly was too expensive. The reason PS3 did so horribly, too expensive. And this is the same price as 3DS.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, sort of matching it with Nintendo, which is giving them like really good competition, because they really, in terms of handhelds, are like leading by leagues. People have no idea how many units of 3Ds or 3DSs and obviously every other handheld they've ever put out has done. So really cool to see the competition sort of forming, because Microsoft isn't going to get into that race anytime soon. So.
Yeah, and so they're getting some really good titles for it. Like there's going to be Tekken on there, Street Fighter vs. Tekken, which they're going to get some Uncharted characters actually in the game. So that'll be pretty cool. A BioShock game being made for it. A bunch of different really cool stuff. So it's exciting what's going to happen.
That is pretty cool.
I'm
stoked.
In news of 3DS, kind of to 3D, Sony's announced a PlayStation 3 kind of specialized for it 3D TV, which the coolest thing about it, so say both of us are playing a game. We're playing multiplayer, but we don't want to do split screen.
You gotta do split screen. You have less you can see, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, and also, then I can see what you're doing, you can see what I can do, stuff like that.
I totally screen check.
But what it will be is, say we're both playing, we have the 3D glasses on, I'll see my part in 3D, and you'll see your part in 3D because it's made so if it's played with a PS3, it'll show two separate parts.
That's
and
pretty
so you won't be able to see mine, I won't be able to see yours.
So it's like side one and side two, and the other side is just so blurry and like out of focus that
you won't even be able to see it at all. Like I don't know exactly how they're doing it, but apparently you can't even tell what's going on.
How much is this going to cost us though?
It's going to be $499, and that comes with the TV, glasses, and Resistance 3.
That's ridiculously cheap for getting. That's like a $2,000 value if you would like go into a store and buy them all separately or something. That's awesome.
Now on to some Microsoft news. The Microsoft keynote occurred this week, and it was a little disappointing for people, but at the same time, it did bring some good Kinect titles. I mean, it was disappointing because of the fact a lot of people wanted like a 720, the new system, to be announced, but they weren't doing it, which is no surprise. I mean, they just are now getting heavily into the Kinect.
Yeah.
And so unless they were going to make it Kinect compatible, why would they make a new system?
It's smart to cultivate one of your, really huge, important pieces of your system before you go on to something completely different. So,
I agree.
Understandable.
But they're getting a lot of different sports titles like FIFA, Madden, all these different kind of things for the Kinect. They're getting Kinect Star Wars.
Yeah. The only, I'm excited for 3 things from E3. That is most certainly on my list.
The cool thing though is the makers of Kinect Star Wars were like, we don't want it to be like Star Wars Boy, where you're like,
do the foot and the leg, everything.
And instead they wanted you to be able to look cool. So they added stuff where you're like actually using it, but then you're doing like bam, and you're like actually looking cool while doing it. So I think that'll be pretty awesome.
I can't wait to take down in the first Star Wars Force Unleashed, where you have to take down a whole gigantic warship and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be really awesome to see done again.
Yeah,
really
just being all
for it. Exactly.
Another game announced is Halo 4.
Now I thought Halo was done.
No. Bungie is done, which was the original creators.
Okay.
And now they've got new creators in because Bungie's broken off from Microsoft, starting making it so they're their own official studio, going to make their own games, everything like that. And now Halo 4 is coming in. It's going to be a trilogy.
Is it going to be a new Master Chief with because I saw the suit's different.
Yeah,
at least where the color is.
Well, there was it depends on the screenshot you're looking at apparently. Some it's showing it's green, other ones it looks like it's gold. So
definitely excited to see the multiplayer because I'm not a huge campaign person when it comes to Halo games. So then again, I suck at Halo.
Yeah, and apparently they're going to be
so you know.
for a Halo anniversary remaking the first one, which is pretty cool. So
good stuff.
Some good stuff coming for
I
Halo.
Like it. Alrighty, so lastly we have a ton of Nintendo news. 3DS has released a super long list of games and titles that they're going to release, so Steven's got the info for me.
We got some Mario Kart 3DS, which is going to have all brand new levels as well as new power-ups, the ability to customize your vehicle before each start,
cool.
Change the style of the body, the wheels, everything
have
like that.
Flames coming off of it.
Yeah, seriously.
Bowser.
That would be pretty cool.
Genius.
They're going to have Star Fox 3DS, which the cool feature of that, because it's the N64 one remade in 3D, but also since there's going to be multiplayer, you can play with your friends who also have a 3DS, but also they'll activate the camera, so when you kill them, you can see what they looked like when they're like, no!
That's
Ooh, and they'll see you being like, suck on that! So it'll be pretty awesome to see that kind of thing. Then there's Kid Icarus Uprising, which everybody's excited because it's a new Kid Icarus game, which hasn't happened in ages, but then also it's going to have a multiplayer mode, which is going to be 3v3. So that'll be pretty cool because I didn't think they were going to be adding that many players for multiplayer in 3DS. So that's pretty exciting. Then there's also Luigi's Mansion 2, which a lot of people are excited for because Luigi's Mansion 1 did really well. A lot of people enjoyed it. Really cool thing though is not only is it going to be a new game, they're not just rehashing the old mansion or anything like that. There's going to be multiple mansions.
Oh, cool.
So this is going to be longer than the first one, while being a handheld game. So pretty excited.
Stuff. And then finally for titles, there's Zelda news. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Ocarina of Time 3DS is coming out this weekend.
That's awesome.
Some quick notes about the game though is when you get it, right away register on Club Nintendo because they didn't say how many, but the first chunk of them get a free Ocarina of Time CD.
Oh, cool.
And then also they're going to be doing a Nintendo Zelda concert all around in all the different regions, and so check for if it's coming to you because I will so go there because I love video game orchestras. I went to Distant Worlds in California for the Final Fantasy one. It was beautiful.
Another nerdgasm?
Yeah, no, that one would be even bigger because it's Final Fantasy.
And finally, the Wii U was announced, which to me sounds really awesome because the controller actually has a touchscreen on it and analog sticks, which is really cool because you can go from watching it on your TV to playing it on your game or on your handheld sort of. And someone could actually watch TV while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Or apparently you can be shooting and be aiming but still seeing where you're going. There's tons of really cool capabilities with it, which I think is really exciting. And it's something new for Nintendo to do, and I wasn't really sure how they were going to be able to make the Wii any better, and they obviously have, so go Nintendo.
Cool thing about it is I was extremely skeptical, and I still kind of am, but it was really nice. During their conference, they had video of a bunch of different producers who were saying, oh no, I'm not gonna do anything with Wii because, well, I mean, that's a kiddie system kind of thing. And then they were then they showed us this. Never mind. We're gonna make games for it, Batman Arkham City is gonna be on it.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure some Bioshock's gonna be on it. There's just gonna be some good games coming out for it, which completely caught me off guard, Darksiders 2, which is a very high-def and beautiful game. So I mean,
good stuff. Way to go,
yeah,
Nintendo.
caught me off guard, and way to go on trying to get into the more non-mainstream, hardcore gamers market.
All right, that's going to do it for our E3 news for now. Be sure to check back at nerdlocker.com for all your major updates. This guy is on top of it when it comes to that. And be sure to check back next week when we have your wrap-up for you and all the things that we were most excited about.